Accountability and responsibility does not exist in current day content creation. Instead, nowadays we have content creators doing anything and everything to make sure they get as much money as possible from every single viewer. Tomoe Umari is not an exception to any of this. A perpetual victim and coward who constantly hides behind her flag and her country to avoid any responsibility for anything she says or does. Despite LARPing as a military patriot who's adamant about being apolitical, she's most notable for her takes such as,
"They're trying to hide the truth from us, but we know the truth, and we will fight for this truth until the bitter end." So yes, horses for everybody. Canada will be deleted promptly. That goes without saying. We need to make sure that happens fast. We need to strike them when they least expect it. We need to basically sucker punch them and drain them of their resources and then cut them off completely. So the flint and steel means I get to burn some villages down. Exciting news. Let's go look for a village and then we'll go from there. I don't have to get my own resources if they've already got them for me. This is like a simulation of what's going to happen to Canada.
I totally understand Americans making these jokes about pillaging their neighbors for their resources is incredible content, considering your current administration constantly does it almost every single day. Yet when a Canadian VTuber decides to make a joke about a fictional horse girl turning into glue, that's a step too far. Even going so far as going on her Twitter to declare that it was death threats made against her. Yet when she rightfully pisses people off, this is what she has to say.
Maybe I'm just insensitive. Maybe my sense of humor doesn't jive with a lot of people. That's probably not it. I think I just keep attracting some really dainty fellas that do not take jokes very well. Maybe I need to like put like a disclaimer in all of my shorts that says like, "Hey, this is a fucking joke. Stop getting upset, please." I don't understand the point of getting mad at a VTuber joke of all things, you know? Like that's like such a weird battle. Horse girl getting sent to the glue factory. The f you mean? What did I do? What did I do?
You're more than willing to giggle like an idiot at the same joke I made. The only difference is that it was made by one of your chatters. It's incredibly hypocritical and pathetic to be offended at the same shit that you do constantly. I'm sorry you're so dainty. The funniest thing is that this spawned simply because of a JJK meme, and I thought it was perfectly applicable to her. It took me a grand total of 5 minutes to make this. Here's another one that took me 5 minutes to make. This summarizes the average Tomoe fan, who I had to constantly deal with the last few days in my comments. If you are claiming other people cannot take a joke and then you cannot take a joke, you are a fucking idiot. What's even more impressive is that you refuse to denounce anyone because that would hurt your bottom line. You refuse to say anything because again, it would ruin your bottom line. And you're also scared that if you have your true feelings out there, you would lose a majority of your audience. You appeal to everybody because you have no real opinions of your own. The only thing you do care about when it comes to representing your country is how much money it could generate for you.
I don't care where you're from or what you stand for. Everybody in my community is welcome. I don't care what the fuck you are or what you do with your life. As long as you're courteous and kind to those around you, you are welcome in the Umarmi, right?
You can't even muster up the courage to say that you don't want your country to murder its civilians. It's not a political take to have empathy for your countrymen. You use your platform to be an ignorant airhead, and you are arrogant in that nothing you say will matter for you. You don't use your community or platform to establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, or provide for the common defense. The oath you promised to uphold when you started to serve your country has now become obsolete in the grand scheme of things. You watch as your government continues to beat down and kill your civilians, and still you say nothing. And still you do nothing. If you wish to be an actual patriot, you would stand with your countrymen. Fuck ICE, fuck Trump, and fuck you, Tomoe.